guys? Today, I got another one. I was sitting around thinking, random thoughts. You know how that goes. Anyhow, I was sitting around thinking, what are some of the most common phobias people might have? Again, I said random. So, here we go. I found this off of WatchMojo.com, which it is top 10 phobias that people might have. Again, I haven't watched any of these videos, haven't watched this one, so let's see if they're accurate. Let's see if any of these top 10s are valid, and if they're not, nevertheless, let's get into it. Here we go.
They may be irrational, but they're very real fears.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and
Oh,
today
that's not
we're
how we're
counting
starting
down
this.
our picks for the
That's a
top
fear.
10 common phobias.
The doll's trying to kill me and the toaster's been laughing at me. Ew, dog water.
Number 10, Cynophobia, the fear of dogs. For some, he's man's best friend. For others, fears of dogs or cats
naturally
are the
having
most
a fear
common
of dogs.
animal phobias.
It just depends on what kind of dog.
Some sufferers only fear certain breeds, while others are just afraid of a dog's bite. But most are diagnosed between the ages of 5 and 9 and experience shortness of breath, palpitations, nausea, and more at the sight of a canine.
Yeah, he a little too vicious looking for me. Let's go ahead and give him that over.
Number 9, Trypanophobia,
You got
fear
to go.
of injections and needles.
Oh, hell no.
While
Yeah.
most kids aren't huge fans of needles, some adults never grow out of their fear of medical procedures that involve injections, and avoid them as a result, which can be dangerous.
I can't do this.
If confronted by their fear, sufferers can expect an immediate rise in heart rate and blood pressure, followed by such a fast drop-off they may pass out, and in extreme cases, even die.
Just a perfect day.
Number 8, social anxiety disorder and glossophobia,
Adorable.
the fear of social situations and public speaking. These phobias can significantly impact day-to-day life. In fact, social phobias are so dangerous, they can cause people to develop drinking and drug habits, eating disorders, and more, as a form of self-medication.
Nah, definitely not
The
that
potential
bad.
humiliation, embarrassment, and all too real grief caused by entering various social situations and speaking in front of people more commonly causes blushing, sweating, nausea, stammering, and panic attacks, and it's very difficult to overcome.
According to most studies, people's number one fear is public speaking. Number 2 is death. Death is number 2. Now this means to the average person, if you have to go to a funeral, you're better off in the casket than doing the eulogy.
Number 7, thanatophobia and necrophobia, the fear of death and dead things. One is a fear of one's own demise, the other
Not
a
dead
phobia
things.
of all things relating to
Dead
death,
people?
including funerals,
Shoot.
coffins, and corpses.
Yeah.
These phobias can develop into an obsession for those cursed with them, with some launching vigorous health routines or attending doctors on an almost compulsive basis. These fears are drastically affected by one's cultural or religious beliefs and are some of the most powerful
Probably
phobias
one of
going.
mine. Ugh.
Number
It's
6,
silly for that.
coulrophobia and pediophobia, the fear of clowns and dolls.
Aren't you gonna say hello?
They're both symbols
That's
of
funny. I
childhood,
ain't had
but
that. My
both can
mom
elicit
and
fear
sister
in
are
even the
scared to
bravest
death
adults.
of clowns. So that's hilarious. I don't see
The
it.
basis
And
of both
dolls,
fears
certain
likely
dolls,
lies
especially
in the
them,
uncanny valley
especially them
effect,
old,
where an object closely resembles a
old
human,
dolls
but
that
not
eyes move
exactly
by them
to
damn
the
selves
point
and
where
be
it
cocked to the
becomes
side
wicked.
and be stuck up here. Yeah,
Can't sleep.
gets them every time.
Clown will eat me.
Researchers suggest the phobia of clowns is a relatively new phenomenon, but it is widespread. And for that, we can thank Stephen King.
You all taste so much better when you're afraid.
Hurry, Bev, kill it!
Number 5. Acrophobia, the fear of heights.
Oh, for sure.
You'll never convince these folks to go bungee jumping, skydiving, or even on a Ferris wheel. But it's one of the most natural fears you can have.
Not a big fan of heights.
Tests show that even babies have an innate fear of heights. One's anxiety towards heights reaches the level of a phobia. You'll know you're an acrophobe if you have panic attacks or go out of your way to avoid high places.
Oh. That was a fire movie.
Number 4. Pteromeranophobia, the fear of flying.
Let me off, 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 let me off.
Sometimes combined with claustrophobia, acrophobia, social anxiety, and even fear of death, the fear of flying prevents some sufferers from traveling by air at all.
Airline travel is very dangerous.
They got some good
Safest way to
classic
travel.
movies there.
Logic
They're
does
showing
little to
right
calm
here,
the
but
fears of flying phobes. Most likely not an evolutionary-based phobia, as humans didn't fly
that was a
until the
Final
20th
Destination.
century.
Yep, there we go.
Pteromeranophobia is sometimes blamed on the media for perpetuating negative situations.
Jeez. If you didn't have a fear of flying, you do now.
Number 3. Mysophobia, the fear of germs.
We all, as a world, should be over that fear of germs. That dang on the COVID-19 done
Judging by
hit.
hand sanitizer sales, this phobia is on the rise. Often called germaphobes, people who suffer from mysophobia are constantly washing their hands, are sometimes afraid of shaking hands or similar gestures, and are obsessed with contamination to the point where they cut themselves off from others. In fact, the fear may be related to obsessive-compulsive disorder and can lead to depression not properly
OCD.
treated.
I'm not asking you to take sides. She didn't take the dogs to be mean. She's not a mean person. I'm asking you your opinion.
What is this?
What?
You didn't check your suit. There's a tear in it.
Number 2.
You got that
Agoraphobia and claustrophobia, the fear of open and closed spaces. Not only is agoraphobia
gets
a
me
fear of open
right now.
spaces,
I could
it's
walk in
also a
somewhere
fear
that's
of
too
crowded
close
areas
in.
or anywhere one might
Not gonna
have
work,
trouble
buddy.
escaping.
I wish
So imagine
I
laying
could
in
come,
a
but
block
I'm
with base
a borderline
close to the,
agoraphobic.
and you can't
Borderline.
move. Oh,
Is that what you're calling it?
And it can get so bad, severe
yeah.
agoraphobes hold themselves up in their homes, as that's their only safe place. Claustrophobia, on the other hand, is triggered
that
by
right there.
various
Point
situations.
exactly that right there.
Being buried alive is the worst case scenario, but even elevators, trains, and windowless rooms are unbearable for sufferers. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
fear of blood.
When you hear the sound of thunder, don't you get too scared. Just grab your thunder buddy and say these magic words. You thunder, you can suck my dick.
These starving brutes will shoot at you like bullets. Have you ever seen a rat leap through the air?
Who would be scared of water? Fear of darkness. My damn kids. Everybody should have a fear of cancer, eh?
Number 1. Arachnophobia and ophidiophobia, the fear of spiders and snakes.
Chris, I'm scared to death.
But our brains.
I guess that is a fear of everybody's.
Enables us to deal
Maybe not mine as much.
I don't think I
and I
have
think
that particular
that should be number one
neurotransmitter.
because
It
I
takes
think
a
I'm
special
way
kind of
more
person to like these creepy crawly
afraid of
critters.
heights than spiders.
But there's a huge
I'm way
portion
more
of the
afraid of
population that's
closed-in
terrified
spaces
of spiders
like
and snakes.
Buried alive in a coffin
And who can blame them?
than I am a
While
spider.
more women
So,
than men claim to be
order of
arachnophobic,
operations.
both irrational fears
or
link
they're out of order.
or
to
personal
me.
experience. So what happens
To
to
me.
people cursed with these
Snakes
fears?
should
Even
be damn near
photographs
up there
can trigger
too.
anxiety
Number 3.
attacks, screaming, fainting, and more. Do you agree with our list?
Yes,
Do you
I
suffer
do.
from any irrational fears?
But we changed the order.
Remember, many phobias are treatable, so you don't
Guys, there we go. We had
For more
another one.
informative top 10s
It's
published
over.
every day, be sure to
Till
subscribe
next
to
time.
WatchMojo.com.
Please make sure you like, share, subscribe. Till next time, we're out.